Hello and welcome to On The Go Movie Reviews.
In this pilot episode, we will be talking about Child's Play. These reviews are recorded in the car on the way home. Josh and I will be talking about the movie. There will be spoilers, so if you haven't seen the movie or if you don't want spoilers, stop watching now. Or watch the trailer, which we'll be playing in a minute, and then stop watching and come back. I say watching, listening, and then come back when you've seen the movie, which for the record is good. So here's the trailer.
Andy, I know this move has been really tough, but this is supposed to be a new start for us, remember? You said you were going to try to make new friends.
Buddy can connect to and control all of your Caslin products and smart home devices. Introducing your new best friend.
Mom, I need to tell you something, and I need you to believe me. I think Chucky did something.
Andy, if you know something, you better tell me.
Something's wrong with Chucky.
Buddy can connect to and control all of your Caslin products.
Chucky is a toy.
He could be anywhere.
Welcome to Caslin Cars.
We have to stop him. Chucky!
Good night, Andy.
Okay, Josh, what did you think of Child's Play?
I thought Child's Play was so much fun.
It's really funny. Like, really funny.
I had such a great time with it. It was so different to any of the old ones. It's almost completely unrelated. You know, it's just so different.
I haven't seen the Child's Play movie, so I really enjoyed it. Like, I find that the fact that Chucky becomes like a kid to the kid it's I guess for people who have children is really relatable, and people who don't have children but know what having children is like, it's kind of funny because you're like, ah! You're like got this little child thing that doesn't know what hurting people is and that it's bad, and you're only like a kid and you have to teach this childlike being that this is not okay and it's not working and he just wants to make you happy. It's just really funny, kind of creepy. It's Chucky in itself is quite creepy, like the doll.
That's the I found it has that Annabelle effect where the doll itself is so creepy. I can't imagine anyone actually owning it or wanting to have this thing in their house.
Yeah, I agree with you. I would not want one of those. It's fucking terrifying.
It looks like their face has melted, like Chucky's had like a stroke or something. Like his face is too liquidy, and the way it moves when he smiles.
You're my best friend.
There's nothing cute or adorable about it. It's just a little walking nightmare.
It's when he's holding the hand. This is right at the beginning. He's like holding his hand as he walks through to his bedroom. And at that point I was like, oh my god, this is fucking terrifying. Like, this is so creepy. Why would anyone want this? This is wrong. I have the eternal problem with this movie though, which I have with a lot of movies, where it's like, if you just turn this doll off, you will not have this problem. He just murdered something. Turn it off. Okay, instantly. Just straight away. Just turn it off and then problem solved. Stop throwing everything down the garbage chute. That doesn't solve your problems. Just turn it off. Just, yeah.
I would admit that I understand the whole idea that, you know, you turn off Chucky and then there's no movie. You know, I get that, but it also got me the fact that if you're going to leave him in a closet, like for the whole day whilst you're at school, turn him off so that you save battery life, so that you don't have to charge him. Surely.
That's a good point. They never bring up the topic of charging him or anything like that. He just seems to run on fucking solar power or something. I don't know. Wow, he's really eco-friendly.
Because they established that he's got a power source like in his chest.
Is
But
that
like,
not connectivity? Because he can't connect to anything until it's replaced and fixed later on in the movie. Because it's not like a bloody Iron Man thing.
I thought it was an arc reactor at one point when he holds it up and it's glowing, and he like slides into this. I was like, oh my god, it's an arc reactor.
I think the point is more that it's a connectivity thing, which is because that's what's broken in the first place. But then they pull it out and it's like a battery pack. So yeah, I don't know. Maybe it is. Maybe it is an arc reactor. Spoilers.
I just want to say that like the most terrifying thing in the movie, and also the real star of the show, is Ben McCreary's soundtrack.
Yeah, it is quite creepy actually.
There's like creepy little like doo 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 noises that it just like it maintains that like motif throughout. And the music itself, I was just like, man, I love this. I love this music.
There are a couple of scenes which I found quite tense, but that's just because I don't like tension. And when I know that there's something is going to happen, like a jump scare, I don't jump, but I feel really tense. And it makes me really uncomfortable. And I really don't like it. And I think there were like 2 scenes, which is like really, really tense. I mean, the direction is fantastic. There are some shots in this which are really nice. But yeah, it was mainly funny with some tense moments. And yeah.
I thought that the balancing of the tone, I thought it did really well.
Yeah, it did really well actually. I thought it was, the first few deaths are like, it's quite entertaining, and a lot of the people in the cinema were laughing, and then it gets really dark, and I thought that they balanced that really well between like, oh look, it's funny, he's like murdering people who are bad, oh, you know, to something more sinister, and it's like, oh, okay, this is not good. We need to stop now.
I quite enjoyed like the little like the tonal shifts, like the fact that you're like, oh, he's like creepy, but in like kind of like a funny kind of way, and then the next thing you know, he's strangling a cat. I thought that was just like creepy, because they're like, oh, a cat's a total dick, and then he's just strangling it. Or when Andy wakes up in the morning.
Oh God, yeah.
And the human skin face on the watermelon, he just walks straight past it, and you just go, whoa!
It's fucking creepy. I actually go back to near the beginning of the film, where it's like the first kind of elements of him being a bit like weird is the bit where he's asleep and he's just stood there and he's just like, you're my best friend.
Are we having
fun now? But it's just really creepy. And yeah, I reiterate, I don't know why anyone would want this doll, especially not an AI doll, because everyone knows that AI is going to go horribly wrong one day, and I cannot see why you would want this. But I guess without it, there is no movie, or it's paranormal, and I don't think that that's a good idea. So yeah, I don't know, I quite like the twist on it. They've made it modern, and I like that. I appreciate that. No more bloody paranormal activity shit. You know?
They're making another one apparently. It's in development. That's what you have to say on the matter.
That's all I have to say about that. Yeah.
I thought that the acting actually was way better than it probably needed to be for a movie of this ilk. Like, I thought that the Gabriel Bateman who played Andy, I thought he did really good. I don't recognize him from anything, but
no, I didn't recognize him. He was good though.
And there was Audrey Plaza.
Oh, the mum.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not doing a comedy role, which is weird.
I don't remember what she's been in, but I recognized her a lot.
Parks and Recreation.
Oh yeah. Okay.
She's April Ludgate.
Yep.
/ all those other deadpan, sarcastic characters that they need.
I only really remember her seeing her as like this kind of sarcastic-y, eye-rolly sort of teenager. So seeing her in a role where she's like an actual mum. Oh, I like the fact that she points out that she had a great sweet 16. That's the reason why she's got a kid. I did appreciate that because she does look. She obviously is very young in this. She looks quite young in this. So yeah, I appreciate that they point that out and, you know, make a point of the fact that she has like this nearly teenage son or whatever. What, he's like meant to be like 14, 15?
I think a bit younger than that, I think.
Okay, and she's like in her 20s, maybe early 30s, you know.
I did love the joke of, your sister's hot, and he's like, that's my mum.
He's like, even hotter.
That's a great joke. Yeah, I mean, there's still hints of like that kind of like that sarcastic character.
Yeah.
But I just thought that it was nice to see her use some range, and I thought that she did a great job.
Yeah, she did. Yeah, I thought it was good.
I liked Brian. I'm gonna pronounce his name wrong. Brian Tyree Henry as the police officer.
Oh yeah, yeah, he was great. I really liked him. Again, I recognised him. I don't know where from.
I think he's in that movie, the one about the hotel.
Oh,
with Sterling K. Brown in.
Don't even know who that is.
He played. Sterling K. Brown played Eric Killmonger's father in Black Panther.
The movie with the Dave Bautista in it.
Yes, yeah, big Dave Bautista.
And the hotel.
And Jodie Foster's in it.
Is he in that?
Yeah, he plays the one who gets stabbed, I think.
Oh, I don't remember.
Oh, he plays Miles Morales' dad in Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse.
His voice.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, just randomly.
I remember his face though from something, but it must be the. Oh God, it was on the tip of my tongue then. No, something hotel.
Hotel Artemis?
That's it.
Is it
Yeah,
Hotel Artemis?
That's it. That was really good as well.
That was a great movie.
I'll watch that again.
Better than that fucking Dave Bautista comedy that we got the trailer for. Stuber.
Oh, I didn't really see much of that, but
Does not look good.
yeah, yeah. I have not much to say about that.
Anyway, yes. And rounding out the cast as Chucky,
Oh, terrifying!
Mark Hamill.
I didn't realise it was him until I saw the credits, and I was like, huh. Yeah.
See, I knew it was him, and I was expecting quite a lot because in the 90s, he was like, he did a lot of like superhero cartoons. So like he was Joker in the Batman series, including what I still believe to be the best Batman movie, which is Batman Beyond: Return of the Joker.
What Batman series was he the Joker in?
The main 90s one, Batman the Animated Series.
I don't remember.
He's also been Joker in a lot of the animated movies.
Okay.
Personally, for me, he was Hobgoblin in Spider-Man the Animated Series, which is how I know him.
What, 1995?
Yeah, 995, yeah.
Okay.
Hobgoblin!
I don't know if that's a good impression or not. I don't know. I can't remember Hobgoblin in the 1995
Spider-Man!
I thought he did really well. I'm surprised he's still around, to be honest.
Wait. I have one more.
Okay.
In Incredible Hulk and She-Hulk, is that, the 1987 series,
What that is.
he played, fuck. The leader has gargoyle. Do you remember? So says the leader.
Yeah,
He's got like a little.
leader.
He's got like a little grey.
Oh, the little grey thing instead of like
master.
a Modoc thing. He's got the gargoyle instead.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was Mark Hamill as well.
Oh.
Dude's versatile.
He is versatile. Also plays Luke Skywalker, but yeah, who cares about that, right? Am I right?
One of the changes which I do find quite interesting is Brad Dourif, who plays Chucky in the other 7 original movies.
Bloody hell.
I think there's 7. I might be misspeaking.
That's
There's a lot of
We'll
them.
have to check.
I won't. Brad Dourif, he's still around, so they could have just got him again in the same way that but they chose not to. And like, Brad Dourif's got a voice which is, when he plays Chucky, he plays Chucky a lot more like this.
Oh yeah, it's more like a guy who's been smoking for about 40 years.
Yeah,
And just sounds like a man rather than
And I guess in the 80s that was probably maybe quite creepy, the idea if you have this cute little doll who speaks like this.
Yeah, I suppose because dolls back then were quite popular, I think, so they kind of like, I suppose you would expect them to be like, oh, pretty little voices and stuff. So then having this cigar sounding Chucky doll is probably quite creepy. I don't know really enough about the originals. I've never seen them. I've never really had a desire to, so I don't know, maybe you can talk a bit about that.
Well, I was going to say that, like, so that was Brad Dourif in the originals, and then in this new one, you've got Mark Hamill, who's got a much more melodic, sort of almost like sing-song kind of voice. You know, his voice is like believably,
Almost like a creepy sing-song child.
yeah, like the type of voice that you would probably expect to come from like a creepy doll like this.
Yeah.
Which I think is where more of the horror comes from. It's from the fact that, you know, you are my body. You know, so like I like the fact that like you've got this original one which was like much more like manly, and then you've got this one which is much more like way more unsettling.
Yeah, it's the fact that he picks up like lines that other people say as well, and then like repeats them as he's killing people, which I thought was quite an interesting touch. I guess that's the whole part of like the AI and stuff like that, and you know that he's learning, but he's obviously learning the wrong things. So yeah, all he wants is a friend.
One of the things which I thought was quite interesting is that at different points it seems like different movies almost, because like when like Andy's teaming up with his friends, it reminds me a lot more of like It and like Stranger Things, like, you know, like teams of like, the kids are gonna work together without the adults' help.
I kept getting very strong vibes of both Saw and also Goosebumps 2 with
Chucky's just Slappy.
the Slappy, yeah, with
Slappy!
Slappy. Like bits where he's sat on the couch and the mum is like, oh look at this cool doll, and he like turns around and has like a really creepy face on, you know, and then there's like the comedy moments. I got really strong vibes from that, but also of Saw, like where Chucky almost ends up creating these traps which people like, it's almost like, if you can reach your phone you can survive, you know, or if you can hold on to this really hot pole you won't die. But obviously that's, yeah.
I thought the janitor was a really weird inclusion.
Yeah, but I guess because he's a creep from the start, so he kind of has to die.
I guess it was just a way to get more kills in.
Yeah, and I think also like the idea that Chucky starts by killing who you would consider bad people, so it's almost acceptable in a way.
Oh, I see. So it's like an evolution kind of.
Yeah, and then he starts evolving from killing people who are bad people to killing people who are good people just because they are taking Andy away from him.
I was sad when his neighbor died.
Yeah,
I was like, no, she's really nice. I like her relationship with her son.
That made me sad. I kept thinking that she was gonna get like rescued, like in that scene, and then she doesn't.
Because it seems almost as though like Chucky's like threatening her to be like, you stay away from Andy, and that he's actually gonna let her go, but then he just
murders her outright.
Just in a weirdly drawn out way.
That was one of the scenes that I found really tense, actually. Like when he's speaking through the car and you don't know where he is. And I was like, oh, he's going to come from somewhere. He's going to come from somewhere. Why are they dragging this out so long? He's going to come from somewhere.
I really like the way he connects to everything, like Siri or Alexa.
It's the fact that why is everything owned by one company? Like literally, even like little kiddies' toys, speakers, cars. It's like
Hearing aid,
I guess it's a bit like Google.
thermostat.
Like Google nowadays is almost, I suppose it's a thing of that, but then I think
Google.
you then have the whole iPhone, so you still have like Apple and Google. There's no others are available. But in this world there is only one, and it literally owns everything, and they can connect to even TVs, and it connects to everything. It's insane. What world is this?
Yeah, I was trying not to think about the logistics of being able to like spontaneously upload to devices which are not turned on.
Yeah.
But I was like, don't worry about it.
I kind of feel
Just put the doll in the closet again. It's fine.
he doesn't like the closet. I feel that this I can't remember what I was gonna say. That it felt very Black Mirror.
Yeah, it is a bit Black Mirror, isn't it?
Like right at the beginning, the whole thing of being like, oh, like, you know, there's this new AI thing, and it's like a toy, and you kind of just instantly go, oh, something bad is going to happen. Like, if you watch this not knowing, I mean, I don't see how you wouldn't know what it is, but if you watch this not knowing what Child's Play was, what Chucky was, and you were like, oh, there's a horror movie about this doll, okay.
Oh, someone who lives under a rock, perhaps.
Yeah, or someone like my mum, who's probably never heard of it, never bothered to watch it. I don't know, we should ask her. Special guest coming, my mum.
No.
And don't know what it's like, but it kind of felt Black Mirror-esque, where you know something bad is going to happen, and you're literally just waiting for it. But I guess a lot of things are like that nowadays, where you know what it's going to be like, because it is very cliche. Like, you can't get away from cliches anymore because there are so many. You would have to think of something very, very new and original to have that.
Yeah, I want to talk about Black Mirror for a second.
Okay.
You've opened the whole can of worms.
Yeah, alright, go ahead.
When Black Mirror first came out, I found that, like, because you don't really know what it is, it's a lot more, like, surprising, and, like, the slow dawning dread of what's happening is, like, you're like, oh boy, so it's, like, it's quite effective. Whereas I found that when I was watching the new series, you're just like, alright then, what's the new bit of technology?
Yeah.
Yep, this is going to go wrong. Like in the first, in the episode, like, Smithereens, where it's like, oh look, here's the social media app, Smithereen. I'm like, oh, here we go. Waiting for this to go wrong.
I kind of feel like they should have thought of something different, like found something different. Like, they always go with technology, which is understandable considering the modern day, that so much is based around technology. Loads of people can't put their phones down for a second. Like, they're always on social media, or people who like order Ubers and stuff. Like, I don't even know how you do that, but lots of people use it, especially I suppose in London. So it's like a big thing. But I kind of wish that they would find something else which isn't technology to pick up on and take hold of, and find a way to make it Black Mirror. Because,
I mean, the first series featured the Prime Minister fucking a pig.
Yeah, exactly.
So,
There's more to it than just...
And the Black Mirror aspect was just the fact that, like, the bad guy was broadcasting on TV and that everyone was watching on social media.
I don't remember. I didn't really watch the first series.
That's the important part. The important part is he fucks a pig.
Okay. I kind of remember that. Isn't it like the Norwegian president or something? Or Prime Minister?
No, that's the British one.
Oh.
Anyway, yeah. Back to Child's Play.
I quite enjoyed it. It was funny.
Yeah, I highly recommend it. I had a great time.
Rewatchability 4 out of 5. I'd buy it on Blu-ray.
I'll totally watch it again. You don't even have to. You don't even have to know anything about the existing Child's Play movies. I think that's part of the appeal.
Yeah.
I think that's why. Like, that's one of the biggest factors going in its favor is the fact that it's well made. Everyone puts in great performances. The music is fabulous.
It is, yeah.
And it's genuinely creepy and unsettling.
It is very unsettling, and I feel like there's going to be a Chucky in my bed or something. It's like, going to be looking around every corner now. Just waiting to hear that music.
I can't wait to watch Annabelle now, so we can like continue the creepy doll trend.
Nope.
Go watch Child's Play.